China and Rwanda. Some were raised or spent portions of their childhoods in Belgium and Italy. And they're citizens of the US, UK, China, Germany, Italy, France, and Mexico. And they'll soon attend colleges and universities across the country, as far apart as the University of Pennsylvania and UC Berkeley. They'll study engineering, they'll study art. We have among us, art? Yeah, right. We have among us painters, muralists, research scientists, an owner of multiple patents, journalists, swimmers, athletes of all stripes, filmmakers, poets, an EMT, singers, musicians, actors, dancers, photographers, novelists, a political prognosticator, a fashion designer, and a boxer, just to name a few. This act of becoming who you are is just beginning, and it is inherently a creative process made possible with the love and support of those around you. And just like alumna Katie St. Germain won't soon forget the personal touch that these wonderful ladies and everyone here have given to you over your time, we won't soon forget the impression that those of you have made on us. So congratulations, class of 2019. We hope you will come back to visit and show us who you will become.
We are here to celebrate the class of 2019, a group of such remarkable young people that there is no better symbol of their excellence than the glory days of American pop culture, the 1980s. So let's all turn around and jump to a time when we all wish we had Jesse's girl. We were hungry like a wolf and danced in the dark. There is something coming in the air tonight, and we will celebrate good times. Come on. Class of 2019, we who are about to rock salute you. Ladies and gentlemen, students and graduates, welcome to Throwback Thursday, an 80s graduation, and now, all the way from Emily Stadium,
Buddy, it's a big night, your night, all night, sitting in your seat on the graduation, got pride on your face, so much grace, we're gonna race you right out of this place. This is grad night. This is grad night. Buddy, you're a alumni, fun guy, ruling in the streets, gonna take on the world someday. You got a smile on your face, we're on your case. We're gonna roast you right out of this place. Sing it, this is grad night. Sing it! This is grad night.
What's the deal with JQZ? Why he never say a word? Don't believe the shy boy act, 'cause he got a lot to say. Check it out.
If I say the DNA is a written language,
For a summer project,
well, say, pick a new topic, cause he's all myopic.
it's absolute nonsense.
Now I won't even get into how I even got through.
The rest of his project,
So don't try to change my mind. I'll tell you one more time.
DNA's a language.
Now who does Jack think he is? Put in his G2 cents in. Don't he got nothing to do than interrupt physics? Check it. I can't do nothing, y'all, without somebody bugging. I used to think that it was me, but now I see it wasn't. They told me to change, they called me mute, told me to speak. Got to give y'all a heads up. My classmates never shut up. I never put my nose where I'm not supposed to. Believe me, got something to say, I'll say it quiet. I'm not one for saying hello like the chatty class of 2019. Not Joe. Life's best when I'm being mute. Bonus is the ladies think it's cute. So hold your tongue tightly. Wish you could be like me. Stop making all that mess, only distress and despite me. Now you can make some noise and you can be like this, but I don't give it. Cause really, it's none of your business. 2019, JQZ. Swimming and blushing, giggling and unassuming, impressing ladies, no doubt. Zales family out. Joe Q. Zales.
The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Cavalier 9 that day. The score stood 24-2 with but 1 inning more to play. When Rogowski tripped on first and Gamer Borsma slid too short, silence fell upon the fans of this woeful SCDS sport. Millsback fell into a deep despair, wanting not to watch the rest, and the players' only thoughts were on Millsy's looming calculus test. While fans thought if only Jacobs could but get a whack at that, we'd put up our 401ks now with Jacobs at the bat. But Christian preceded Jacobs, as did also Graves, the former more student than athlete, the latter but a knave. So upon that tandem duo, grim melancholy sat, for there seemed fat chance of Jacobs getting to the bat. But Christian let drive a single to the wonderment of all. And Graves, to all surprise, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and fans saw what had occurred, there was Graves not dead at second, and Christian a hugging third. From loyal Country Day fans' throats there rose some hearty yells. They rumbled through the valley and shook the room of fells. Huh? Steve Sanders from 90218 plays for Country Day? Oh, draft, no wait, that's Jacobs, mighty Jacobs, advancing to the bat. Like lasagna, Jacobs moved in silence to the plate. There was pride in Jacobs' bearing and a smile lit his face. Sporting a jersey way too small, number 3 doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Jacobs at the bat. Pitcher Fells then sent the leather-covered sphere hurtling through the air. Jacob stood a-watching, pondering the state of his perfect golden hair. Close by the sturdy batsman, the nasty curveball sped. That C ain't my style, giggled Jacob. Strike one, Captain Baird said. With a look of I am the greatest, Jacob's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult. He bade the game go on. He stared down Fells and once more the fiery spheroid flew, but Jacob still ignored it, and Captain Baird said, strike two! The sneer is gone from Jacob's lip. In his hands he holds his fate. With revenge in mind, he pounds his mighty bat upon the plate. And now Felds holds the ball, and now she lets it go, and then the air is completely shattered by the force of Jacob's blow. Oh, somewhere in this favored land a star is shining bright. The Cardinals have won it all. Wait, no, that can't be right. Millsback's despair turns to laughter while elsewhere others pout, but there's no crying today at Mather, for mighty Jacobs has hit one out. Nate Jacobs.
She had a very successful academic career as a poet. She graduated top in her class at the University of Pennsylvania, is now a renowned professor of non-analytical objectivism, variations in dactylic hexameter, and something called necro-poetry. Although she owns numerous capes and berets, you see her here with a shaved head and a nose ring. Come on, it's not that hard to imagine. And on this fine morning, Sacramento Country Day School has invited its most distinguished alumni to visit the kindergarten class.
Okay, children, it's time to welcome our guest speaker to our kindergarten.
Introductions are not necessary. My life is a poem. My past is my introduction. My present is a syllable on the lips of a 1,000-year-old goddess, and my future is a rhyming couplet.
Okay. Would anyone like to ask Professor Alvarado a question?
Is poetry fun?
Fun is a veil worn by a woman eating handfuls of emptiness and sitting mute next to another woman who is herself composed entirely of veils.
Right. How about another question?
Do you like dinosaurs?
I like theories of extinction. Next question.
Can I go to the bathroom?
First, learn to transcend the body. Second, no.
Okay, I think we're going to wrap this up.
Wait, sorry, I also brought some homemade espresso brownies. Yay, poetry! Gabby Alvarado.
First year here, you were so quiet, barely made a sound. Now with the hair rocking the shades, you swagger all around. Oh, way to go yelling! You deserve to be so proud. Way to go yelling! You're Santa Barbara bound. There goes yelling, hair so cool on his way to class. Spin his pen all through school, he sure kicks some. Way to go yelling! You deserve to be so proud. Way to go yelling! You're Santa Barbara bound. Well, League of Legends, you're a star player and you got the luck. Except when you lose and you get hit, you shout, oh, way to go yelling! You deserve to be so proud. Way to go yelling! You're Santa Barbara bound. Yelling now.
I really don't know how to say what about Bella on this day, as if to serve her up on a tray, to reveal some fun insight into her soul may cost a fee, an unwanted toll. What comes to mind when I speak of her is what a yogi has said, and I must concur. The teacher in me sees and respects the teacher in you. Those lessons I've learned are painful and true. Your love of cats is easy and fun, but as a symbol in a painting, you might want to rethink that one. Now off to Risty, far across the land. Isn't their mascot from Penn Island? Should we discuss Muralgate? SCDS? Oh, sorry, wait. Yeah, that's right. No, sorry. Isn't their mascot from Penn Island? You know, those people make their paint by mixing acid wash and lemonade. I must confess, I've made a mess of what is an awesome success, but I digress. I'm just trying my very best, I guess. Did I also forget Latinx? Should we discuss Muralgate SCDS? Paint over the old, clean up the mess. Limit expression, clean and pure. Truthiness, that's for sure. More and more murals, that's your cure. Voted the most likely to make a celebrity shrine. Who would it be, Nick Kroll or mine? Whichever is good if you have the time, but mine is up. Bella Matheson.
Look, you only have one shot, just one opportunity to become a thoracic surgeon. Just one moment. You need to capture it. It's gonna be yours.
He's all sweaty, heavy, sober, arms are heavy. The blood on his sweater that puts on and ready. He's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to in turn. And he keeps on go-getting, but he wrote down the ratio won't work out because fraction's not the same thing. Oh wow! He's joking, time to play b-ball now. The clock's up, time's up, over, blouse, snap back to reality. Oh, there goes calculus. Oh, no, now integrate. Choked, he's so mad, but he won't give up that, as you know. He won't hide it, don't knows the whole technique. So he's gonna work out again, work on the physics, and he knows when he goes home to his tiny white dog that it's back to the lab again. Yo, this whole recipe, his grades in high school go from A cup to B cup. So snap it on it, better never, ever, ever give it up. You only get one shot, and you know that it must work out. Come a para, that's what
Better put yourself in them. Go to physics, you own it. Better never give it up. You only get one shot, do not blow it on the AP. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Leonardo Eisner de Eisenhower.
Hello. Welcome to your audition for Kids Pop. Would you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Monique Ward Lonergan. I love singing, acting, dancing, and improv comedy. I'm a national anthem soloist with a 2-octave pitch range, and I've been singing and acting since I was 7. Yeah.
That's impressive. It's impressive. Do you have a song prepared for us?
Yes. Anybody could be that guy. Nice, young, and the music's high. With a little bit of rock music, everything's fine.
That's fine. That's
Okay.
I feel like we've seen that choreography somewhere before. Do you have any other talents to share with us?
Oh, yes. I've been studying ballet, jazz, and musical theater since I was 3, and I can do aerial acrobatics, Cirque du Soleil style.
Are there any accents you can do?
Oh, yes. I've been working on a character named Rose, and with a proper British accent for 4 years. I practice it every morning at Peace. Hello, Governor. It's your sporting,
Okay. And how about you try another accent, French perhaps?
Okay. Croissant, bonjour, bonjour.
Yeah, that doesn't really do it for me. How about we try a subtle, dramatic reading from a play you've done?
I know just the thing. I was in a musical about the Donner Party. Here it goes. You said that you fed us deer. That wasn't deer, that was human. And scene.
Okay, well, I think that's all the questions I have for you today, Monique. Thank you for auditioning for Kids Pop. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes. Where do I pick up my check?
Your check. I'm confused. Why would you get paid for your audition?
I'm equity. Money, Lonergan.
Grace.
Chloe Hollywood.
No, not yet. Grace, you're early. It's not your roast yet. Grace, you're early. It's not your roast yet. Whatever.
Chloe Hollywood.
Welcome to the Great American Baking Show. Today, we are baking an all-American favorite, chocolate cake. Our first contestant hails from Sacramento, Chloe Collingwood. Chloe?
Oh, sorry, I'm late. I overslept. Then my car broke down, and I couldn't find a place in the visitor spot. So I had to park at Loman's, walk all the way here. I hope my pie is okay.
Well, I'm glad you made pie. I understand you're American, but originally from Britain. What a charming accent.
Yes, it's real. Unlike Monique's bogus accent.
And your hair is genuine pink?
Oh, are you taking the mickey out of me? It's purple. Don't you love it?
I see you have brought pie. Today's category is cake. Well, tell us about your pie anyway.
Well, I love baking. This is my best American apple pie. But I ran out of apples, so I used cherries instead. But the crust is just delicious. I've perfected the recipe for flakiness. flaky pie crust. You'll be gobsmacked.
I think the competition is going to be impressed with your entry. I understand you have other talents besides baking?
Oh yes, I can talk to anyone. I love meeting new people and chatting them up. That's really the best way to learn. That and traveling. That's why I plan to study business and marketing, and hopefully I'll fix that Brexit muddle.
Oh, well, I see we're out of time for today, Chloe. I think you're going to really impress the competition with your can-do attitude.
Chloe Holland.
Tori Van Vleck.
1, 2, 3 into the 4. Keep doggy dog and little Nelly at the door. Here to give props to the triple V before she heads off to Cow Quality. I'm on the microphone first so I can bust a little bubble. She wanted a roast Joe Nelly, now you know we're in trouble. Tori does it her way, baby. Drink so much coffee, it's crazy. I think it's like 10 cups daily. Tori, slow down, you're making us all dizzy. But back to the roasting we planned. This stand-up is perfected, fashion sense is out of hand. From Triple V's perspective, ain't no dress code at the school, at least not when she's respected. Ain't no Christian cool, high-waisted jeans, they're the new things. And somehow managed to show her tummy. She can put on any combo she's winning. You can't tell her no, she gets her way with everything. Tori can be a little sassy. She likes to go out dancing. Took AP Physics to be with Mandel. Tori, calm down, don't yell at student council. Before we finish, there's something more to say about how fierce she is in volleyball play. Captain of her team with enthusiastic power. Ace serves go 780 miles an hour. Tori does it her way, baby. Drinks so much coffee, it's crazy. It might be like 100 cups daily. Tori, slow down, you're making us all dizzy. Ain't nothing but a big thing, baby. She's more than just a pretty lady. Nothing wrong with being taller, at least when you're a great volleyballer. And here's to the Triple V, Victoria Van Vleck.
When Alex steps up to the plate, his calm demeanor conceals the thoughts shooting through his head. Baseball.
We don't play baseball in the wintertime because it gets late too early. I don't want to play golf. When I hit the ball, I want somebody else to chase it.
His mom.
I told my mom I'm going out for a walk. She asked me, how long are you going to be gone? I said the whole time.
Alex, get your head in the game!
Nate Jacobs.
Nate said the human body is made up of 98% water. That means we're all this far away from drowning.
Biology.
You know, sponges grow in the ocean. I wonder how much deeper the ocean would be if that didn't happen.
Music.
I hate it when my foot falls asleep in band class. You know, it's going to be up all night.
On the past.
Whenever I think about the past, it just brings back so many memories. I don't like to think about the past. Maybe that's why I always forget where I put my stuff. Victory! Alex Rogowski, you're out of here.
What do you have there?
It's the 23andMe results for Grace Kelly.
That's really cool. You know, she doesn't like to make a big deal about it, but she has an ethnically mixed heritage. This should be great.
Okay, it appears Grace's DNA is 10% Korean.
I didn't expect that, but maybe it explains her affinity for K-pop.
Maybe, and let's see, 10% French. That would account for her close relationship with her French bulldog Luigi, I suppose.
Okay, what else?
Her DNA is 10% from Turkey.
Oh, I doubt that. Grace thinks turkeys are scary. Oh. What's next?
10% from Egypt.
Now that makes sense. You know, I think Grace may have mentioned that she dressed up as an Egyptian queen for Halloween once when she was little. I can't remember which though. I'm pretty sure she said Cleopatra.
Cleopatra, yeah. Okay, wait, this can't be right. Grace's DNA is 60% lunar?
Lunar? She's from the moon? Actually, that sort of makes sense. The differing gravitational pulls between her Earth DNA and her moon DNA must create a constant disequilibrium within her body. No wonder she's so clumsy. Perhaps that's also why she's always like waving and swaying around.
I think that's dancing.
Grace May.
And now, a tall tale about the most annoyingly nice person on campus. Brandy Lizzie.
This is a fictional tale about an elf named Brandy who was raised in Rwanda and came to Sacramento Country Day, where she ate spaghetti, spoke at open house, and eventually saved the high school. Her story begins when she traveled through the 7 levels of the candy cane forest, past the sea of swirling gumdrops, and then walked through the MP room.
This place reminds me of Santa's workshop, except it smells like mushrooms, and everyone looks like they want to hurt me. Brandy the elf, what's your favorite color? Ina Hosa, that's a fun name. Hey, Chris Watson! Oh my gosh, I know him! It's me, Brandy the elf! Hi!
From the very first moment she arrived, Brandy the elf began cheering people up, even if they weren't that sad to begin with.
I'm in class, and I'm singing about how much I love Country Day!
There is no singing at Country Day!
Yes, there is!
Well, how can I make people smile even when they don't want to? I know! The best way to spread Country Day cheer is saying nice things for all to hear.
With every random act of kindness, Country Day's cheer levels rose higher and higher until, well, everyone was just sick of smiling. Thankfully, Brandy the elf has been accepted to UC Berkeley and would finally be spreading cheer and happiness somewhere else.
I like smiling. Smiling's my favorite.
Brandy is a
Jack Christian. Next, the most reserved, modest, and humble of all characters, Jack Christian.
The best cavalier should be an intellectual. Get A's in the courses lesser men would fail. Run a marathon with his mom. Bounce a soccer ball off his bum. Get some hickeys at the front. Throw a fastball to knock a batter on his tail. His life skills class should have made him so effectual. He'd win all debates with Blake and Chardonnay. But who in our class can do all that's asked of the champion of Country Day? Luca? Josh? No. Not even Leo. C'est moi. C'est moi, c'est moi. I'm forced to confess with undisguisable glee that redhead who is better than you. C'est moi, it's me. If you are wrong, correct you I must. No safe space is safe from me. I'm why Allison passed calculus. and Heidi Physics C.
What?
Heidi. Heidi, you're ruining my skit.
I can't believe you said that about me.
Now, Heidi, I can't believe that you can't believe me.
Jack, I can't believe
What?
you.
No!
I can't believe that was perfect.
We finally annoyed Joe Zales to death. Okay, Heidi. Bye. Now, farewell, my dear. There's no need to fear. Jack Christian is here on to Stanford next year. The best of the Cavaliers. C'est moi, Jack Christian.
Hi. I'm Phil. That's short for Phil. I'm a Friday. Go ahead, make your jokes. Michaela Chen's got my back. We sit around together, laying funny side up, while she works on Medallion with her two gal pals, Janelle and Jewel. If she gets lazy, I egg her on. Let's get cracking, Michael, I say. Get those soccer cleats on. I'll just curl up in my tighty-whitey and take a 3-minute nap while you relax. She's always working on math and science, but hey, you think AP Calc is hard? Try this existential conundrum. What came first, the chicken or the egg? If that scrambles your brain, try these. Who was Benedict? And why was he in Holland? And how did he hook up with that Canadian pig? And then there were those 3 years cooped up in Latin with Michaela. Talk about some disgusting people. I bet you didn't know Romans put fermented fish guts on their fried eggs. Hey, holy quavers for chips. I digress. Michael, she's a great artist. Loves to draw me lying nude with my albumin kind of rolling all over. Anywho, Michaela's hatched a new plan. Next year she'll be off to Loyola Marymount and going along and hanging with some real eggheads like Dr. Sherd, the guy who wrote about Shakespeare's Omelette and Ophelia. Hey, all this talk is wearing me out. Michaela, get down here, take me home and put me to bed on a nice warm steak. So this is Phil Goddard Thomas saying over easy and out. Michaela Chen.
Bill. Bruce Springsteen, the bar.
Hey, to the ground and look like a dog that's been beat too much. Spend half my life just to cover it up.
Oh, boss. I just love how in Born in the USA, you reference traditional American blues as you build the case for the military-industrial exploitation of the poor. I mean, I just can't believe how often this song is misinterpreted, especially by politicians, as a patriotic anthem, when obviously this song is used in an ostensibly positive frame to subvert the devastating consequences brought by the corrosive ethos of imperialistic ambition.
Sure, little man. Hey, little girl, is your daddy at home? Did he go away? Leave you all alone? Got a wild desire. On fire.
Oh my gosh, you must be singing about Stephen King's Gunslinger moving out after the Man in Black, with Jake and Roland coupling with the succubus to attain the prophecy.
You're one heavy dude, man.
know, but that song also reminds me of when I'm left all alone. I get my own wild desires. I like to disappear in my bedroom, turn off all the lights, snuggle up in bed, and then read World War II history by candlelight.
Here, man. But it does rhyme remind me of another song. You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without a spark. This one's for high. Even if your nose dancing in the
The Dark Tower! If there's anything I love as much as a good book about World War II or you, it's Stephen King. I mean, when you play that song, I just like to close my eyes and imagine me and you, the boss, dancing in the tower, just the two of us alone in Stephen King's Dark Tower. Oh, wow, I can't even just imagine I'm heading out to Colorado this fall to join forces against Randall Flagg. Oh man, we are bringing it all down. Eagle Scouts and bookstore addicts unite!
Josh Freeman.
Learns how to relax.
Heidi, I'm Roy Everclear, Flowing Rainbow Waterfall, your mindfulness instructor. I'm here to help you.
Yeah, to get higher grades, because I only got a 95 on my AP bio test, but I wanted 100. But I had a really bad day, and
Now, Heidi, forget about grades.
excuse me?
You're here to relax.
I know, and I'm gonna be the best at relaxing.
There's no such thing as winning. Try deep breathing. Not like that.
Well, I'm stressed out because you said there's no such thing as winning.
Heidi, you must learn to let things go and... Wait, what are you doing?
My AP bio flashcards.
Cast off such external concerns. Now, focus. Deep inside, in your truest self, what is it you wish to do right now?
My AP bio flashcards.
Okay, let's try some stretching. Stop it! Come on, that's annoying.
Look, Mr. Waterfall, relax. School, basketball, volleyball, track, saxophone. Do you think I'm good at everything because I'm relaxed?
I'm stressed out.
That what a good that was. I need someone who understands me.
It is I, Jack Christian.
Jack, this horrible man tried to make me relax.
Relax. Sounds like a complete waste of time. There's no need to fear. Jack Christian is here.
Cut it, Jacko. This is my skit. Heidi Johnson.
And now,
On Marathon Day, we were on our way to run 13 miles, point two. I asked what you listened to pump you up. You said, bippity boppity boo.
History punk and policy wonk, a map-making fiend are you. Put it together and what have you got? Pelosi, McConnell, boo-hoo.
Where did you get that hair? And all of those freckles too.
You're an old-fashioned gent with a conservative bent.
And we three do love you.
Tu es rei et publica amens curia curi. Scriabum me. Gratias, yugapai, optime tu.
What are you gonna do?
Colorado's politically blue.
Today you did it your way, and we three do love you. Red, white, and blue, great colors for you, a patriot through and through.
Put it together and what have you got?
Professional strategist,
Political analyst.
whatever you put your mind to. We love you, President Lincoln. Blake Lincoln.
Flashback to fall of 2018. Abby Lacombe meets with her independent college counselor, Sick Ringer.
Abby, hi. I'm Sick Ringer. I'm so glad you reached out to me to set up this meeting because we definitely need to talk about two issues with your overall profile. First, it seems like you just need, and how do I put this? Just need to be a little nicer overall. I mean, you know, and I know, and probably most of them know that you're actually nice, but it seems that nearly all the middle schoolers think that you're really scary and really intimidating. Them and some kid named Aaron Graves, who I have on good authority said that he's afraid of you on the soccer field and thinks that you could probably kick his ass. Which you probably could, but you don't want to be so obvious about it. So the first order of business is to take a little bit of that edge off. Okay? Soften up a bit. Maybe some public displays of affection. I heard from some other people that you are known to hug your mother and tell her that you love her out in the open. And that's great, but apparently you do that by your classroom. And that's no good because that part of campus is where they hide 7th graders in murals. So you've got to find a more public space to show off that softer side. And second, and this is rare for me to say, but you might just need to tone things down a little bit, particularly in your activities. I mean, you are kind of sort of the wild child, aren't you? I mean, I know colleges say they want passionate individuals with unique interests, but there's a fine line between unique passions and just plain too crazy wild. For instance, can we look a minute at your response to that question, what do you do for fun? Honestly, I'm afraid your activities might be a little risky for some colleges. I mean, here is your actual response. I love going on walks and playing board games. I listen to music a lot. I also read a lot, especially popular books and classics. Abby, I feel it's my professional responsibility to warn you that some colleges might shy away from such extreme interests, and you really might consider reining it in a bit. Even so, it's really this next part that gives me pause. I love going to the grocery store with my mom, which sounds really lame, but it isn't. Then, I love cooking and making unique dishes. Sometimes I'll even combine, wait for it, 2 desserts. I also spend most of my free time lying on the floor with my dogs. I love playing with dogs. That's what I do for fun. Now, Abby, these kind of crazy actions can have real consequences. After all, did you even notice what happened shortly after you delivered your powerful 5-minute English speech on cute dogs? I mean, all of a sudden, dogs were everywhere on campus. I mean, Mr. Bull, Dr. White, and Mr. Crab. I mean, campus is literally covered with puppies. You think any college wants that to happen? No. Bottom line, my professional opinion, if you act a little nicer and rein in some of your craziness, I think you'll find yourself poised to get the most out of college. Going off on your own, experiencing that great joy of forging your own individual path, far, far away from close family members or best friends. Abby, let's go.
A Harvard-style cheating scandal is brewing at Country Day High School. Under suspicion, Senior Allison Say.
It's a gotcha interview, right? Just quiz her and don't run on what we know, right?
Yep, you're on in 3, 2, 1.
I'm here with ace physics student Allison Zhang. Tell me, what is Gauss's law?
Conservation of electric flux.
Yes, and What year was the Battle of Gettysburg?
I think I have to get back to you on that.
Okay. Hi, I'm Allison Zane, 1863. That's right. And how do you say good evening in Spanish? I see. We now go to Ace Octagon reporter, Allison Zane.
Buenas noches. I'm here with Ace Mastier, Allison Zhang. You're also our first violinist, are you not?
Yes.
Name the strings on a violin.
Hi, I'm Allison Zhang. GDANE.
Does this confirm your suspicions?
Definitely. I can now confidently
Wait.
announce to the world that Allison Zane is...
Wait, I have a prepared statement. My name is Allison Zane. On April 17, 2001, Jane Tsai and Frances Zane gave birth to the only recorded cases of decouplets. They trained each of us in a different specialty. The 10 of us have been posing as one person ever since.
I knew it!
Shut up, Jack! To everyone else, I apologize.
As I suspected, it's the only possible explanation for how one student can do so many things so well.
This has been an Allison Zhang production, skit written and directed by Allison Zhang.
Signing off, I'm Octagon Editor-in-Chief, Allison Zhang.
And now, a lovely blood and guts tune for Emily Hayes.
She's Emily Hayes, the EMT, never leaving my classroom. Now ain't that a treat? One problem is she's the girl who's obsessed with carnage. The human body, bloodshed untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Listening to her, you'd think, sure, she needs therapy. She got her boots and uniform, she's ready. Though her class is later tonight. You want a gory story? She's got 20. Separate her, ignore her, she shares more. She wants to be where the carnage is. She wants to see intestines flopping around on the, what was that word again? Oh, street. At Country Day, so much triage to do. Emily's ready for bandage and stitching. Never mind that she's not, what was that word again? Oh, licensed. She talks and talks, her classmates balk. She laughs and sits back down with the flock. Thanks, Emily, for letting us be part of your world. Emily Hayes.
Now it's time for Good Leah, Bad Leah coffee.
Hi everyone, I'm Leah Kaufman. Check out my sweet soccer uniform. I'm a really great person.
Hey, I'm Leah. I can wear a costume. I'm good to go. I'm aggressive, I'm tough, I'm bad.
Introduce myself? Sure, I love sports.
Once I threw an orange at Miss Levy.
My favorite sports are soccer and volleyball because I get to be a part of a team.
I play to win. I will kick you. I will spike the ball in your face.
I also really love camping and being outdoors. Nature's the best.
I especially like being outside where there are no people. People are the worst.
Basically, I'm super mature. Whenever stuff happens, I just let it roll off my back and slide away.
When I say I want a $200 pillow from the University of Colorado Boulder, I want a $200 pillow from the University of Colorado Boulder.
I'm also super into meditation.
But I never do it.
What else? I love music. The Abbott Brothers, the Grateful Dead.
Yeah, death.
And my favorite movie star is Zac Efron. He is so freaking cute.
Zac Efron times Ted Bundy equals delicious. Movies about serial killers.
My best friends and I are so much alike. We're smart, fun, and we all have long, really beautiful hair.
I'm also friends with Blake. Sideways, Blake.
I've also been very well behaved over these past 4 years. I haven't even had one boyfriend, and I'm completely fine with that.
I mean, have you seen the dating pool? Sideways to everyone. Boulder, here I come.
Bad, Leah. You know, we're really not that different. Friends?
Okay, fine.
Psych! Good Leah forever!
Leah Kaufman.
Harrison Moon. The battles have ended, and the upholstered throne stands empty. The remaining nobles have gathered to determine who shall rule Westeros.
We just went a bit off the rails last episode. I'm pretty sure everyone's dead. Even these gummy bears have been turned to ash.
I believe we're left with only one viable candidate, Harrison of House Moon. He's had his eye on that chair for quite some time.
Harrison Moon? He only has 1,839 Reddit comments.
Have you seen his potato chip reviews? And that piece with Lady Janelle eating froyo, truly compelling. He also types pretty fast.
Not fast enough. He does have a lot of strong opinions, though, about what happens here in Westeros.
Exactly, and that's what will make him an excellent king.
If we were to name him king, do you think he would rather be feared or loved?
Easy. Both. He would want people to be afraid of how much they loved him.
Oh, wait. Did you know that he totally spoiled the Red Wedding for Bella? And it wasn't even an accident.
What? That settles it. No one who spoils quality television will ever sit on the upholstered throne.
What are we going to do? Westeros still needs a ruler.
We're looking for someone who'll be great in the position.
That's what she said.
Now, two BFFs that would never, ever compete with each other over anything.
I'm Jacqueline Chow.
And I'm Mohini Rai. Please do tell us about your costume, Jacqueline.
No, you go first, Mohini.
Oh, I wouldn't dream. You go.
Well, my day in the life of a genetic disorder for AP Bio was bubble boy immunodeficiency syndrome. I spent the entire day.
And mine was Huntington's disease, which is much, much worse.
No, mine was worse.
Okay, Miss Jacqueline in a box. Curly fries to go, please.
Oh, ha ha. My genetic disorder was more depressing than yours was.
But my disease was so much more gruesome than yours.
Look, I'm in a bubble.
My whole body is in trouble.
Mine is bad.
Mine is worse.
Mine is worst. Sorry, we really do have a lot in common. We both got into Berkeley.
I got in first.
So that's how it's going to be, eh? Okay? Any score you can get, I can get higher.
I can take tests and get higher than you.
Let's compare.
Do you dare?
Just for kicks.
Just for kicks.
94.
95.
96. Come on, we're friends. We work together every day in math.
Yeah, work together.
What's that supposed to mean?
That I carried you.
Hey, I can solve equations.
Only on occasion.
I can use a cosine.
If you copy mine.
If there is an integral that needs integrating.
You will integrate it because you learned it from me.
That's absurd.
I'm a nerd.
So am I.
Not like me.
I'll find X.
I'll find Y.
I'll find Z. Mohini, you have to admit that I, and not you, am Mr. Mangold's favorite student.
Okay, if you admit that I'm Dr. Whitehead's favorite, you get sick when we do dissections. When you see a liver, your hands begin to quiver.
Oh, shut up. I can wield a scalpel much better than you can.
Whoa, I cut up cadavers way better than you.
I can slice it.
I can dice it.
I resect it.
Yeah, and then I inspect it and correct it for you. Moving on. You gotta give me the hair, the way it hangs down
And sheds.
it what?
It really sheds, as in like all over the place.
Okay, my long raven tresses shed way more than yours do.
No, my hair sheds way more. Oh, no. Okay, you got that one. You let whole flocks of magpies follow you around building nests out of there.
Keep it up, Chow. I have a photo of you with that haircut from 9th grade. Okay, I got one. You're afraid of butterflies way more than I am.
Uh-oh.
No one hates butterflies more than you do.
That's not true.
Yes, it's true.
About who?
About you.
Oh, you. You can't prove that it's true.
Oh, well, just so happens.
No.
Team Mohini.
Okay, I admit it. Creepy flying worm scum.
Oh, yes, Team Mohini.
Jacqueline prefers leeches. Team Jacqueline.
Okay, Jacqueline, I think we've convinced the audience that we're not competitive.
I convinced them more.
Bruce, no more comparing, no more competing. Love you, Jacqueline.
Love you more.
No, love you more. Love you more. Jacqueline Chow and Mohini Rock.
And the people said, huzzah! It is I, King Christopher. Well met, my merry friends of the class of 2019. It is but the truest joy to be back in your presence in this most sacred realm of Cavalier Abbey after a long 5 years' absence. I come this day in the year 1380, I heard it was 80's night, to bestow a great honor upon Mehdi Lacombe, to make his greatest wish come true, to become just like his role model over there, legendary Sir Jack, who you may recall I knighted back in 7th grade. When Mehdi came to us from his feudal homeland of Europe 3 years ago, he had just one life goal: to become a knight. To aid him in that goal, the wise decision was made to make him a squire to Sir Jack. He was commanded to follow in Sir Jack's footsteps, to do as Sir Jack does without question, and thus learn the sacred ways of the kingdom. By my honor, Squire Mehdi, thou hast performed this deed with great devotion. You followed Sir Jack into the realm of legal battle as part of the mock trial team. Even though you never won the individual accolades that he did, you still, by all accounts, performed nobly in your tournaments. Similarly, thou didst loyally follow Sir Jack's lead by joining him as a scribe for the octagon. And again, while you weren't by his side when he stood up bravely for unlimited freedom of the quill, you were nonetheless a very important comrade of his during the successful war known as the Rebellion of the 5 Editors-in-Chief. Verily, in sport too, knowing that Sir Jack ran a marathon, thou, like any good squire, decided to put thyself into rigorous training as well. Although, to be honest, it was only for a half marathon. Thou also joined Sir Jack as a member of the mighty Cavalier baseball team. And even though, unlike Sir Jack, you broke your pledge of loyalty, choosing to travel to the far-off realm of Coachella in the middle of the season, you nonetheless remain loyal in your commitment to end the season with the same number of victories as all your teammates. And lest I forget, even the hair! Oh, how you and Sir Jack have done a most marvelous job coordinating your styles. So long and thick and wavy. A wise choice indeed. And at last, I note thy final act of devotion to Sir Jack. Even when good tidings arrive from the land of New Haven, offering you the promise of great future, you boldly proclaimed, "Nay not, I will never leave Sir Jack's side," and committed to follow in his footsteps to the realm of Palo Alto. In honor of all these great great feats of devotion, I am now ready to make thee a knight. Squire Meddy, this fall when you journey to Stanford, travel no longer in Jack's shadow, but as his equal. I dub thee Sir Meddy. And the people said, huzzah! Meddy the Conqueror.
Well, I'm almost ready for school. Got my khakis, my flannel, new haircut. Just gotta comb my super sweet mustache. I think I'm ready to go. But I feel like there's something missing. Let's see. What could it be? A hat. But it can't just be any hat. Which hat defines me as a person? Kind of a leprechaun Luigi? I'm really more of a Mario. Nah, I've got my license now. It's fun, but it's not very McCree. Can't quite pull off the Lincoln beard. Maybe one day. It's a Monday. There's never school on Mondays. Even summer.
Ledesma.
You must confess, you are a mess. Leaving your stuff all over the whole campus. Your computer and your AirPods. Is there a single thing you haven't lost? You are obsessed with the Roman fresco. There's no one quite like you. Carving up fetal pigs like you're a psychopath. Your texts are nonsense and they're in all caps. Peeking in the bushes, now that is class. Why you always gotta yell? You were the weirdest person in our class, driving us crazy with all your random sass. Maybe now that it's June, you'll get off our ass. Oh, Janelle, we don't understand you. Oh well, guess that's what makes you Janelle. So come on, this year's been long. We're both tired of being your mom. We're saying bye. Don't ugly cry. How much we love you, we want to amplify. Everyone here in the tent can see it, just how much we love you. Janelle Ledesma.
King Roo, Rita Chen.
Hi, I'm Rita. These are my adopted cats. Mr. Mangold and I love cats. This one is Einstein. This one is Schrodinger. And this one is Fluffy. I keep a dream journal and I record all my dreams. And I'd like to share some of my dreams with you. I have dreamed that I have superpowers and can rescue animals and people in trouble. I really hope this one comes true. I frequently dream of my outfits so I can get compliments from Grace the next day. I once had a nightmare that my teachers all spoke to me in Chinese and I didn't understand anything. I once solved a math problem in my dream. I finally figured out that the second derivative with respect to time of a pair of parametric functions and aced Mr. Mangold's test. This is a true story. Dreaming can be very useful. I dreamed that I came to the best school in Sacramento, took a lot of really interesting classes, made the best friends ever, became fluent in English, graduated from high school, and went to study at Boston University. Oh yeah, that was a dream, but it really happened. My dream came true. Rita, in all seriousness, I hope that your best dreams come true.
Little Princess Kira sat by herself in the castle library. None of the other princes or princesses had shown up to help. First glass knife, then medallion, and now this? This never would have happened in the kingdom of Kenyon. She had to write an entire YA fantasy novel, alone.
I'll show them,
she thought, as she raised her purple writing wand.
I'll write the tropiest, trope-filled trope fest in the history of tropes.
So do you get it? Kira's writing a novel in this skit. Just go with it.
Magical Princess Kira, Relatable Outsider, let's see, Magical Prince, Bad Boy with a Heart of Gold, maybe has a terminal disease, but he's also part werewolf. First, he and Magical Princess don't like each other, but then they do. And then there's this other Magical Prince, love triangle, adorable flaws, works out somehow. They all start a rebellion, learn lessons about being good people, and they're all like really good at archery for some reason. Yeah.
It was perfect! Magical Princess Kira had written the tropiest novel of all time. Nobody had ever thought of such complex characters who managed at once to be so interesting and so completely one-dimensional.
Wait a minute.
Thought Magical Princess Kira.
All of these tropes. So does that mean that I've gotten good and become the best at writing everything that's bad? This is truly an unresolvable conflict.
It seemed terrible at the time, but everything would probably wrap up nicely in the end. Maybe in 2 more volumes or so. A tidy trilogy.
At least I can count on living happily ever after. Kira Lafitte.
Fresh. Super fresh. From the set of Miami Vice, Luca Procida.
These are your clothes. So I'm hanging in the quad, just waiting for a distraction. But my mom is always here, so I can't get any action. With my friends, talk about all kinds of movies. You might call it a waste of time, but film studies is a real degree. And I'm looking pretty fly. Ladies stare, I give them a wink. My threads are fresh, Miami Vice is best. Nothing wrong with the man in pink. And I'm headed to New York City to work with Spike and Scorsese. They gonna ask me how you sew on fleek. I'll say I'm Luca James Procida. Luca James Procida. There's more. Everyone is so amazed with how high I set the bar. Not always with the books and never with the girls. I'm like way over par. But I can tell you a little secret on how to get 1 billion turkeys. Get us Precidas on your team. You'll have those gobblers in a hurry. Can you believe I got into Tish? And no, I didn't need Rick Singer. I got the talent, I got the charm. I got Ms. Bellman wrapped around my finger. You better know you can't forget me. Best director is the Oscar I'm getting. So get ready, world, because here I come. I'm Luca James Procida. Luca James Procida.
Sophie Naylor.
Hey, Elsa. I have something important to tell you. As you know, I'm going to college in the fall, which means this is the last time I get to babysit you for a long time. Because of that, I want to take a moment to pass along a few things I've learned during my time at Country Day. After all, us faculty kids have to watch out for one another. First, some advice about school. Remember, in just about everything, presentation is everything. So when you have to do a big project, go all out. For instance, do what I did during NHD in 8th grade. Get your dad to build this great, big, impressive rotating display and then decorate it really beautifully. Take it from me, if you do that, people won't even look at your actual words, and before you know it, you'll be the first state finalist in Country Day history. That said, Elsa, here's some serious advice. No matter how much success you have in something, it's important to never rest on your laurels. Let my story be a warning to you. There I was sophomore year, pretty much the best painter on campus ever, winning award after award after award, and then BAM! All of a sudden, Jason Lee was on campus. And guess whose artwork is now hanging in Congressman Ani Bear's office and not mine? Elsa, don't get Jason Lee. Because if you do, all of a sudden, all kinds of doors that were wide open start closing in your face. Oh, you thought it was your turn to paint a mural on campus. Oops, I guess not. Anyways, finally, Elsa, here's my last great tip. Anytime you need to miss school for an unexcused reason, just tell the office it's for a college visit. Trust me on this. It doesn't matter if it's late April in your senior year, far after all your college applications are due. It doesn't matter if you're really going on an unchaperoned trip to Coachella to see Kanye on Easter. It was lit. If you tell the school that it's for college, they'll just put it in cabinet and you'll be golden. Sophie Naylor.
The fine young cannibals and a little limerick to Needle the Needler, Chardonnay Needler.
There once was a student named Chardonnay, whose love of language she did convey. Oxford commas she despises. Oh my God, what a crisis! However will she make it through the day? That's crazy, like no one else. She drives us crazy, she just can't help herself.
The Octagon gave Char a great place to write at her own special pace. Deadlines weren't for her. Some feathers she did stir. Bells' pen twirled as if in outer space.
Summer Rose is her colorful middle name. Doesn't Chardonnay give her sufficient acclaim? She'll show everyone that she's just begun. A sassy individual she will remain. She drives us crazy.
Playing cello is Chardonnay's passion. She plays beautifully in nearly every fashion. She bows those low notes. Through her poise she emotes. Of her own talent she has no delusion.
Chardonnay can be seen as quite haughty, but underneath she's just a little naughty. Always focused on her muse, if not for her neck, her head she would lose. And then how could she be oh so bossy? Bohemian Rhapsody she refused to play until she came up with her own better way. Of course. Hit it, of course. Hit it! She drives us crazy, like no one else. She drives us crazy, she
Joe Moe.
Good evening. This is Rachel Rado. Today, the New York Times led with this story. Joe Moe dealt big blow to anarchos in Sapto. Moe, one of the CIA's savviest anti-anarcho cyber terrorist operatives, began his career when at 5, he audaciously hacked his own kindergarten teacher's files. Yesterday, he granted his first interview in an undisclosed location, which sources say is somewhere on the UC Berkeley campus. Facial recognition was impossible, since during the interview, Joe wore a brown paper bag over his head and was dressed in a toga-like garment. My team interviewed his friends and teachers in high school. Said high school buddy Harrison Moon, "We thought he was from Canada. Whoever suspects anybody from Canada?" His Latin teacher had this to say: "Joe was too clever by half. In a class video he offered to edit, he made me look like I was 70. Jason Hinojosa, noted novelist and Moe's AP English instructor, had to say this about his unassuming student: "Joe is deep, but that deep, like creepy deep?" And Shelley Hinson, one of our technology directors, said this: "At 7:45 on May 14th, I saw someone dart out of the makerspace and slip around a corner. It was a lithe figure with a jaunty but graceful gait, reminiscent of the Central American ocelot. And curiously, from that day on, there were no more internet dead zones, Wi-Fi outages, or slowdowns. I knew it was Moe. I knew he knew that I knew that he knew." When his parents were contacted, his father's only comment was, "We never suspected our son was involved in international counter-espionage. It was Miss B's fault. I begged her to tutor him in Latin after school and in the summer. All this could have been avoided if he'd only had more Latin homework." Joe Moe.
All right, Country Day, let's do this. Dog and feet up here, and we're gonna roast the silly Amish babe. She wears the same shoes each day. She lives with no regrets. Funky girl, let's go show the world you got class and can throw out your back. Just sit in like a badass. Oh, Bianca Hansen. Oh, Bianca Hansen. Oh, Bianca Hansen. Take it, Flash.
Bianca Hansen is really nice. You know she's polite and sweet. But have you ever heard her laugh? She sounds like a braying donkey. Now and then when I hear her laugh, I get embarrassed on her behalf. And if I listen too long, my eardrums will start to bleed. Whoa, Bianca Hansen. What?
I'll take this, Axel. If you go back to fall, then she wouldn't yell at Mango Baby. All I know is that to me, you look sweet but you're scary. You'll invent the next big thing. You got brains, not brawn. She set her sights on OSU and nowhere else to you. And
She's about to matriculate. All I know is that to me, you are having lots of fun. Come on, B, now is your time. Watch out, here she comes. Bianca Hansen.